What is going on, everybody? I don't know whether to call you Wastelanders, Survivors, or what I need to call you. But this is Draco Invictus, and welcome to my live coverage of the E3 press conferences. And today we are going to be covering the EA press conference that's going to get started in right about a half hour. Mr. Strontium, welcome. You are definitely first. And I just want to say hi to everybody. And what I'm probably going to do... Hey, Nick. What I'm probably going to do is I already have it pulled up here. Let me jump over here. It is right here. So this is Rooster Teeth, a.k.a. The No. These guys are based right here in Texas, down in Austin. And they do, they're at E3. They're doing the coverages and stuff like that. And so they will be broadcasting the coverage. So I figured this would be the one that we could all watch and talk about. And so, yeah. Who do we got in here? Oh, look at that. Brian's joined us. If you guys hear some crunching in the background, there's a reason why I don't have my camera on right now. I'm running just a hair late. I got set up on time and stuff like that, but I didn't have lunch yet. So I'm having some homemade nachos. So don't mind me.
Oh, I don't mind at all.
Welcome, Brian. Now, of course, everyone is welcome to jump into the voice chat. Matter of fact, let me put a link for that right here in the description. There it is. Yeah, exactly. No one wants to see me eating on camera. Shit. My new apartment doesn't have a microwave. And I haven't owned one for like 5 years because, well, I owned a house that had one built in. So I'm good, Tori. So I had to bake these. I had to broil them in the oven. So some of the chips are a little extra crispy. I just need to go get a toaster oven is what I need. I never use a microwave. Microwaves are so bad for you, I think.
Oh, I hear you on that. Strontium, Tori, how you guys doing today?
And like I said, everyone is welcome to jump into the voice chat. Let's make it a huge party. If that's not your thing, though, if you just want to comment on the videos, and have that delay, or you could just get into my Discord and chat that way as well. And you could probably, if you don't want to talk on mic, you could at least jump into the chat and mute yourself so you could at least hear us live. So I don't know. However you guys want to play it, it's totally up to you.
Hey, Vic, do you want to set up a chat channel for the E3? Because right now all we have is a press conference with voice.
Oh, yeah. I suppose I can do that real quick. Say create channel. And we'll call this E3. Come on now. What the? Oh. Fucking Discord does not allow you to use capital letters. It's so weird.
Really?
Yeah. Move this out of the way. Don't mind that. Just dancing across. There we go. Yeah, so there we go. Oh. Yeah, but Nick, it's not until tomorrow. So, tonight you're fine. It's tomorrow night that's going to be the bitch. It's Monday morning for you that's going to be a bitch. All right, I'm going to move my mic away just a little bit, guys, so I can dig at these nachos that I got sitting in front of me. But I'll still be on mic. I'll just be in the background.
There we go.
Hope everyone's having a great day. I'm really excited to see what EA is going to be bringing. Not the sports stuff. I'm so far over Madden. Maybe Madden 2010, 2012, 2013 maybe.
I might have to do that.
All right, sounds good, Strontium. Come on. Bring it.
Who's that we didn't get set up yesterday for Discord?
Do what?
We were going to help somebody get set up with Discord yesterday, and I don't think we ever got a chance.
That was Nacho. I think. Was it Nacho or Sar? It was one of those two.
Yeah, I think it was Nacho.
I'm enjoying some of his chips right now. Nacho chips. Black Money Mine said, "Hey man, what do you call a black guy that starts a Mexican restaurant?" I said, "What's that?" And he said, "Nacho Mamas." I said, "Dude, that's pretty damn funny." Alright. I'm going to kind of blow out their chat a little bit here because it's confusing the shit out of me. There, we'll just leave it like that. Zorbaltez, do you play any RPGs or anything like that? Oh, Mark, excellent. Welcome, buddy. I just saw your comment. Doctor's office has Wi-Fi. Awesome.
What's going on, Mark?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Alright, that's what I'm going to have to do.
I'd love to work with these guys. These guys are so awesome.
Come on.
Rooster Teeth?
Yeah.
Man, I've been watching them since Red vs. Blue, the first season.
Right?
Oh, jeez. We always called them cockbite. Ooh, we got Strontium in the chat.
Well, the reason I bring it up, Zorbaltez, is because BioWare is now owned by EA. And Dragon Age, which is a huge RPG, we may hear something about the new Dragon Age during the EA press con. Strontium in the chat. Woo, woo. For those of you just joining, the crunching that you hear in the background is me eating lunch because I was running late.
And extending the conference.
But I did get my shower. I shaved for the first time in a week and a half.
So basically we all show
I
up.
feel like I'm human again, not some Neanderthal. Oh, don't like Dragon Age. Oh, it's a beautiful game.
Pushing the envelope because they're holding EA Play event across town. It's not even by the convention center. It's in Hollywood. Everything else is
well, that's probably why they hold it on Saturday. That way when the event's over, you get in your car, and then by the time you're done driving, by the time Tuesday rolls around, you're in downtown.
The good news
Wow,
is
9,000 people watching that.
it will be a year-round event, and eventually part of it will be in your town.
Nice, Mark. I'd love to get a job with Rooster Teeth. Problem is, I'd have to live in Austin.
June 2025. We need about 300 square feet in your town.
There's someone named Reggie Fills He wants to talk to you.
Are you going to be streaming their audio as well?
When the dudes show up with the weed.
Right now I just have it on, but they will switch right to the press conference. We're not going to have to change channels,
Battlefield 5.
which is why I use them. But yeah, I'll probably end up muting them as we get closer and stuff like that. Matter of fact, I may turn them down right now.
I don't know that they're going to talk about it.
I feel like
Why would they do
I
that?
feel like we definitely know what we're in for.
Right now I just kind of put it on there so we had something on the screen, you know.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree.
Now, I will say this, though, Mark. The town I live in, Midway Games used to have a studio here. So when I was in college back in the 90s, they allowed us college students to be beta testers for them. So that was pretty cool. Of course, back in the 90s, we all had, like, everyone in my college, or everyone in my degree line, we all had plans for going to Hollywood and working tech in studios and stuff like that. Yeah. You know, the thing is, I don't think there's any big surprises coming out of EA for this E3. We're going to have sports. BioWare's going to have Anthem and probably Dragon Age. And I think that's going to be about it. So, I'm hoping I'm surprised. Like EA saying, yep, we're going to allow BioWare to actually make the games that they want to make, not the games we want them to make. I'd love to fucking hear that.
Sorry about that, technical difficulties.
I'll have to look that up, Mark. Brian's over there cleaning his fish tank.
What's that? Oh, is it loud?
No, once I just hear you clunking on something. I know that you get a fish tank near you, so.
Yeah, I really gotta do a water change on that tank. It's been about a week.
Getting a little foggy.
Oh no, crystal clear. It's just I like to keep it crystal.
Well, did we hear a strontium? Holy hell.
Did we?
Working now.
Hey, there he is.
Oh,
Okay.
going on, Strondio?
Welcome to the insanity that is Discord. I'm guessing you were fidgeting with your settings to get your mic working, right?
Yes, this is my first time on Discord. I'm not very tech savvy.
Well, you figured it out, so.
Just random buttons enough, something usually works.
Right? I'm just gonna click. Holy hell. I'm just gonna keep clicking shit till something works. Oh, look at that, it flashed. Alright, cool. It's nice because I don't have my game taking up one of my monitors. I actually have all three working, so.
Mark, I believe it's going to start right at 2 o'clock.
Or 1 o'clock, or noon, or wherever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We've got about 13 minutes.
Few minutes. Yeah. Yeah, Mark. Forget everybody lives in different time zones.
See, I think we should do away with time zones. Let's talk about that for the next 15 minutes.
Time zones? Do away with time zones?
Yep.
So, like,
Yep.
when we should
exactly
be
what
going
you're
to
thinking.
bed in G4s.
Yep. The only thing it would screw up, because you would still have your same day-night cycle. But let's say your business is open 8 to 5 now, and you are Central Time, which is, and we'll just use Greenwich Mean Time as the universal time. So that means that I'm -6. So if we're 8 to 5 now, my company would be open from 2 to whatever for our daylight hours. So all we'd have to do is change the times on our signs. But then you would say, okay, it starts at 1 p.m. Well, everywhere in the world, it's 1 p.m. Yeah, you would know, okay, it starts now. Or it starts in 15 minutes. I agree. Daylight savings is way past its prime.
What is it, Arizona that doesn't participate in daylight
Oh,
savings?
there's half of Illinois doesn't. Half a state.
Half.
Yeah.
But I also think that the
And what is it? Minneapolis, half the city does and half the city doesn't.
really believe that Fallout 76
Are you serious?
Yeah, because it's literally right on the border,
painting the side of that building. And there's no way
and so it's really weird.
culture around the convention center, around
Wow.
There's certain locations that have just big blank walls, or the front of the convention
Mm.
center itself. It's always interesting to see.
And Mark, you just want to go military time because that'd be easier for you.
Right, there's the big one is the Wall of the Fig, which is the hotel that's just across.
Mark is Red Talon. He's black, whatever. He'd tell you what he does, but then he'd have to kill you, kind of a thing.
This is all on the outside. So they're doing like these 4 really different places, and it's really
More to me. What's up?
Hi, Liz.
big on those.
And if Fault Boy
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Yeah, there's not much you can hide. You can't.
Oh, yeah.
I
I forgot.
You're still painting like a vault, or like the way you can. You just bait your switch and just write Fallout Shelter and peel it off with Fallout 76.
All right, so every once in a while, I guess I will just post a link. Brian, I'm gonna mute you.
Let's put something on there.
You're wrestling with your mic again.
And
All right, so every once in a while, I will throw the Discord link in the chat. So if you guys want to join us on Discord, you are feel free to do that. You don't have to take part in the voice chat, but you are more than welcome to. I have a special text chat channel set up, and of course the 2018 E3 press conference voice chat.
I'm not burning out there. I don't know, I guess it did.
Brian, you're killing me.
Yes. What?
You're wrestling
I'm
with
walking around.
something. Oh, walking around. We can tell.
Oh, I apologize. Next time I'll mute my mic. Man, I'm wearing 2 sets of headphones right now, so chill. You should see me, man. Oh my god.
That's crazy, Zorbaltaz.
How do you like the Jaws thing and Back to the Future 2 where it comes out and the text not go too far to be read?
Yeah, it's going to be sports, but remember that EA also owns BioWare and other studios. So we're going to see lots of sports, but I'm sure we'll hear more about Anthem. Hopefully we'll hear about the new Dragon Age. So there's hope. I'm hoping I'm surprised.
Anything about the visceral project since I guess they said they were gonna take it, rework it, use what assets they could, but whatever they were making, this probably Uncharted-ish direction adventure game, they decided they want no interest. They have no interest in because it's not appropriate for games as a service. And which just hearing that is soul crushing.
Yeah.
But I would be very interested in seeing if they would announce something new this year. Otherwise, Star Wars-wise, it's probably just more Battlefront 2.
And the video that's playing in the background, or the live coverage playing in the background, is Rooster Teeth. They are a
Like 1313.
Austin-based gaming news, I guess, game and tech, mostly gaming.
But it wasn't like the original Halo news.
They have a show on YouTube called The Know, and they do it like every day, and they just talk about what's going on in the gaming industry. So I watch their show religiously
Do you think we're going to see anything from Mass
because it's like 10 minutes. You know, it's not a long
They're
show.
going to do it, but I'd like to see a Mass Effect trilogy remaster so they can at least try and recoup some of their costs from Andromeda.
Yeah, I would bet.
And also so that I can
Well, they already on the Xbox One. I think isn't Mass Effect already?
Oh,
yeah, it's
well,
just
right now I live in Texas.
a nice way to be able to play them.
I live about 60 miles south of Dallas,
To
and
try to play the
I'm
original
from
trilogy in 4K.
California.
I wouldn't complain.
I was born and raised in the San Diego area.
You know what really got me really interested in Mass Effect was watching the Lost in Space series that just came out on Netflix. That is so heavily influenced by Mass Effect, in my opinion.
Yeah, like,
Are you from a military family, Draco?
No. I mean, in my history, yes. You know, my grandfather was in World War II. But I think I've posted a picture of him in uniform. But
I always like that, like clean white surfaces.
a lot of
I always really
extended family were Navy.
something that early sci-fi.
So I actually got to go on to the Miramar Naval Air Station where Top Gun was. They moved it a long time ago. So yeah, that was always cool. My mom worked with retired Navy SEALs and shit like that, so it was pretty awesome.
Oh, my first thought was Navy.
Mark, that's the only good part of Cali.
Now we're about 5 minutes out from the EA briefing starting. It's coming up quick. I want to give you guys a heads up, bit of housekeeping. We're not going to have a whole podcast going during the presentation. We will try and focus as much on that as we can, but we will have reactions and tag things for discussion.
Now, my dad and my grandfather on my mom's side worked for Lockheed. They built submarines. Matter of fact, if you've ever seen the movie Raise the Titanic, it was done back in the 80s. My dad was actually in the film. Like, you can't tell that it's him, like he's way in the background, because they were shooting footage at the sub base that he was working at for that film, because his sub, the DSRV, is actually the feature of Raise the Titanic, because they used 4 of them to actually lift the Titanic off the ocean floor. So that was pretty cool.
We'll talk about the things that we liked, the things that we weren't huge fans of. Preview what we've got tomorrow. Tomorrow is the Xbox and Bethesda briefings. So
Yep, I totally agree, Mark.
But I didn't want to start the briefing without at least like a little bit of a heads up about how we treat it differently.
Well, before we cut into the EA one, do you want to talk about a little bit about the coverage and schedule for what's coming for this weekend and week to come?
Yeah, you got a lot of it.
Yeah.
That is a very varied list there's Orbital Test.
So tomorrow, Monday, we're starting bright and early with the Square Enix presentation. We'll be doing a pre-show like this from 9:30 a.m., running all the way through the PlayStation presentation, and then doing a bit of a post-show on that, so you can stick with us all day long. And then starting on Tuesday, that's when the E3 show floor actually opens. That's when E3 officially begins. And
I'm looking at their list here. God, I am just going to be glued to them all next week. I was last year, too.
Amazing developers coming on. So we'll be doing 10 to 4, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with our guests. We'll be sharing more about those guests as we get closer to it. A bunch of them are scheduled for unannounced games. So we're going to talk about what it is that they show you in some of those cases. But we will have a bunch of EA.
We were just a few minutes away.
With the EA Sports team. On Tuesday, we've got.
Yeah, they're already cutting their mics out. Oh, maybe not.
We'll be basically taking what we learned with this briefing and then getting more detail from the developers about those games and getting more gameplay and all that stuff. So I hope you guys are able to tune into that. If you're not, we'll be posting up the individual segments on the No afterwards, so you can use it like an a la carte menu and pick which ones you want to learn about specifically. So I'm pretty excited about it. It's like every year this is a huge project. Thank God for coffee. I worship at that altar.
All right, well, we are about 3 minutes away at this point from EA Play. How can people reach out to us if they want to talk to us during this?
So we are monitoring, we're monitoring the chat on both the Rooster Teeth YouTube channel and the No channel. I've got Rooster Teeth right here. If you're seeing snarky comments, that might be from me. Adam is manning the No channel chat right now. We'll all hop into those as well and monitor as best we can while trying not to get too distracted by the chat to talk.
Yeah. It's there's a lot of chat. People are excited. We've got a lot of people watching, and I think everyone's ready to finally to kick off E3. I think we wait all year for this, all the big news to come out, and so don't let us down, EA. You brought us out here a day early. Make it worth our while.
Although, can I just say that it seems like this year E3 started at the beginning of May. Everyone's been announcing everything. They announced Hitman 2. They did the Fallout announcement. They announced Rage 2. They announced the I'm losing track at this point. The last couple of days in particular, there have been so many announcements that I can't even follow them all.
People seem to be doing a lot more reactive announcements now. Like, oh, this keychain from Assassin's Creed is here, and like an hour later, Assassin's Creed's like, yeah, we're making that game. That's cool.
Yeah, I feel like
Thanks, guys.
That's another one.
In the past, the course was always, I think, to ignore any leaks or
Yeah.
ignore anything like this until the conference and then just show it there. But you're right, I think it's a lot more reactive now, and I
Yeah.
think they're trying to get out
I
in
hear
front
you,
of it and
Mark.
control the messaging.
Yeah, Rage did a particularly good job with that, I thought.
I thought, yeah, critiquing the Walmart 2 art, how it was off-brand, I thought was really, really great.
Yeah, well, and if that really is reflecting the tone of the game, it seems like that game is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like the kind of like fill, especially the niche we're not getting right now with the lack of new Borderlands.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, because you just referred to E3 as a conference. Now that it's open to the public and has been for, this is the second year, right? That it's been
Yeah.
open to the public?
Oh,
Is it a conference or is it a convention?
we're 1 minute out.
Conference.
You still call it a conference?
Yeah, I still call it a conference. Yeah, it's. I think the focus is definitely on the conference aspect, and it's kind of pivoting maybe towards convention.
Yep.
But I think I still definitely consider it conference.
And it is one of those events that I think you actually are better off watching it from afar. And I wouldn't say that about every live event. But
It is-
E3, you get way more information, I think.
Yeah, we're
tuning in from home.
we're here, and we're still going to see almost nothing.
Yeah.
Of it.
We will learn a lot from people in the chat.
Yes. Every night I have to review streams and stuff that I saw online to make sure that I'm informed to talk about whatever we're talking about the next day.
Yeah, we're pretty fortunate in the coverage that we do because a lot of the games and developers will come to us. Just like we're about to go to the EA briefing. Let's do this. I'm so excited. Okay, ready? 9, 8, 7, 6.
What's next? Oh, 5.
Oh, shit.
4.
Did not see it coming.
All right, I'm going to kick this full screen
And it
here.
starts.
And it starts.
There we go.
Mine was closer.
Wow.
Shocking sports.
Okay, that's cool.
Oh, this thing's happening.
See, I wonder what that looks like live.
Is it just a little win screen?
Oh my gosh, how cool is that? So that was Anthem. We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the show. But welcome everybody to EA Play. I'm Andrea Renee, and while you might recognize me from the gaming community, I'm kind of a new face around here. So this year, EA wanted to change things up because
have
they
no
know that I'm
fucking
both a
idea who
gamer
she is.
and a fan. So they invited me to come and host the show. And I think this year is going to be a lot of fun, you guys. I hope you're ready because we're about to kick the press conference off. But before we do that, EA Play is more than just the show you're about to watch. Right behind these doors, there is a fan fest outside, and it is huge this year. It's a full
And
3D
E3 is underway.
where thousands of gamers can come and play games for free. Now, inside the theater here, there are hundreds of community members from all over the world who are going to be capturing, streaming, and getting their first impressions of the games that we're going to be showing off here today. But before we can get to that, we've got some reveals, of course. We're going to kick things off with a look at Battlefield 5 multiplayer. Now, I know Trevor Noah gave you the first look. Yeah, we can clap it up. Last month, but we've got some new stuff to show you today. Then we're going to move on to FIFA 19, and boy, do they have some big news, you guys. Any World Cup
Shocking.
fans? You guys excited? Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Then we've got 2 new indie games to share, and then I'm going to come back towards the end of the show with some of my favorite developers to give you guys a nice, meaty look at Anthem. And of course,
I like meat.
yeah, we got the woos for Anthem. I'm into it. You want to do this with me? Well, wouldn't it be fun, you guys, if I told you all the secrets at once, right? Well, give him a break. He needs to just enjoy the show. So without further ado, let's get things started.
Wow, she's a great choice, man. She's so natural.
Yeah, Andrea Renee is she's part of What's Good Games. They're awesome. If you aren't familiar with them, you should absolutely check them out.
Okay. A long transition, maybe.
Right, it's time to kick this thing off. It's been 2 weeks since the reveal of Battlefield 5. And you know what? It's been exciting, there's been a lot of speculation, and so many brilliant remixes of a reveal trailer. But there's also been lots and lots of questions from the community. And we've heard you want to see more gameplay innovations. You want to know how customization actually works. You want to know more about our take on the Second World War. So today, we'll show you more gameplay and why this is the deepest and most immersive Battlefield yet.
It certainly is. You will be able to dive and smash through windows to surprise your enemies. Where previously defenses were stationary, you will now be able to move these weapons around on the battlefield and gain advantages. And our renowned destruction system is back and more impactful than ever. So, well, you can't really hide from those pesky tanks anymore as they come chasing you for you.
There's destruction physics there.
Buildings. And you will now be able to customize your soldiers, your vehicles, and your weapons, not only for the gameplay, but for the looks, as part of our portrayal of the Second World War.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg in Battlefield 5. You're going to see a lot more of our new gameplay systems here at EA Play from our community. So let's talk about our single player in War Stories.
Yes, let's do that. So we want to tell you about those untold stories that got us excited to start with on this game. It's about, what you will see is really those moments of human heroism. It is about witnessing the war through the eyes of the men and the women who shaped the world forever. Real and relatable people facing the brutality of war. We started off by an exclusive look at the Nordlys war story over at the Xbox briefing tomorrow.
Thanks, Lasse. Something not to miss tomorrow. So, our launch in October is just the beginning. You will all go on an expanding journey through the Second World War. No loot boxes, no premium pass.
Wow, that is a surprise.
We'll bring something new. And as part of that journey, after launch, you'll get something I know a lot of you have been asking for.
It's Royale.
Wrong answer.
Nice.
No, wrong answer.
It's Royale reimagined for Battlefield. So we bring those pillars of Battlefield with destruction, team play, vehicles into this new experience. So we will bring you experience that you haven't played before in Battlefield or anywhere else. But more about that later this year.
Fucking
So with
force.
that, it's time to show you what makes Battlefield so special. It's the unmatched intensity of our multiplayer sandbox, and this time, it's even more epic, fighting across multiple maps and modes. Welcome to your next Battlefield experience, and this is your first look at ground operations. And this time, even featuring music.
Mark, I think they're going to be fighting just like the men are. I mean, if you look at, the French resistance historically, there were a lot of women in the French resistance. Doesn't look like they're nurses, that's for damn sure.
ikke en dråpe. Jeg elsker deg.
Crap. I'm impressed.
We're gonna see actual gameplay tomorrow during Microsoft. Fuck yeah.
Sempre sonhei em tornar-me campeão.
FIFA.
É preciso determinação e vontade de vencer.
Absolutely, Mark. As long as they're doing it to be historically accurate, I am all for it.
Esta é a tua oportunidade de te mostrares ao mundo. Tu és campeão.
Yeah, we don't need revisionist history in our games. Thank you very much. Not a game like Battlefield.
What? I mean, I'm shocked. I wasn't sure they were going to do another
Really quickly,
game.
Battlefield, being back in World War II, will draw me back into the Battlefield series for sure.
That's where I started. 1942 was the jam.
I was hoping Battlefield 1 would draw me in, just didn't quite, but I know that will.
It was a good game.
And I agree with them, too.
Also, they kept...
I may play
the,
Battlefield
the legacy
5.
of Bad Company in the destructibility of the buildings,
yeah.
you know?
I wish they'd make another Bad Company.
I know, we all do, but...
That's the UEFA Champions League, the pinnacle of club football, where the world's best clubs compete and icons of the game like Gerrard and Cruyff cemented their legacies. The world's biggest league joins the world's game. And a special thanks to the legendary Hans Zimmer and LA's own Vince Staples for collaborating with us on the trailer. And I really love the trailer because it captures our epic vision for how the Champions League comes to life in FIFA 19. And Lena's going to tell you a little bit more about that.
As Aaron said, the UEFA Champions League is an amazing addition for the game. It's where football's biggest heroes like Ronaldo and Neymar clash every year. And it's the place where champions rise.
It may be in a parking
and you've
garage.
Been asking for this for a long time, and we are thrilled that
now I
it's
have a
here.
question.
And that's why we're bringing the Champions
scroll over
League
here and take a
across
look.
the game. There'll be an authentic Champions League tournament mode. Your club will chase this trophy in career mode. Alex Hunter will pursue Champions League glory in your story mode, The Journey, and in FIFA Ultimate Team, there'll be live and authentic Champions League content. And we'll share more details on that, along with all our other Ultimate Team features later this summer.
And all that's just the beginning. As you know, the heart and soul of FIFA is gameplay. And this year, we're giving you the tools to control the pitch in every moment.
E3 used to be
from
at the
your
Staples
tactical
Center,
approach
now
to
it's
the
at the
match to
Convention
each
Center in
technical
LA.
touch. And we know how passionate you are about gameplay, so we've worked hard to shape and refine our vision for FIFA 19 with input from our community. From hands-on tests with beginners to detailed feedback sessions with FIFA pros. And we're going to be sharing a lot more about gameplay throughout the summer, but what I can tell you right now is that the quality bar in gameplay was raised yet again this year. So we look forward to everybody experiencing the game on the hands-on sessions this week. And also, of course, we're extremely excited for everybody to play it when we launch on September 28th. And that's our FIFA 19 news, headlined by the UEFA Champions League. But I just wanted to take a minute to pause and reflect. Standing next to this trophy is a little bit surreal. You know, growing up, there's two iconic trophies that every young player dreams of winning. And for your club, it's this one, the pursuit of Champions League glory. But for your country, it's this trophy, the World Cup. And with the tournament starting in just 5 days, we're excited for the world to compete for it in FIFA 18.
As you can imagine, all of us on the FIFA team can't wait for the start of the World Cup. And we want to celebrate with FIFA 18 players, which is why we've just updated the game with a free World Cup experience on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PS, PC, and Nintendo Switch.
Thing would make a hell of a
You can take
spittoon.
Ronaldo and Portugal to their first World Cup victory. Or you can write your own story with some great nations who didn't qualify this year. Or you can make a crazy dream a reality for your home country, like mine, Iceland. Who would have thought that a nation of only 350,000 people would ever qualify? And you can feel their excitement.
Mark. He's officially announcing that he will go to the White House.
Apologies to any England fans in the room that might still sting.
I think that's just fantastic. We'll be happy to have Mark. It'll be a tremendous,
The World Cup experience so far.
tremendous
But we
occasion.
don't want to stop there. We want to invite everyone to come and join the celebration. So I'm pleased to announce that for a limited time, FIFA 18 complete with the entire World Cup experience is available for a free trial on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and on PC through Origin Access. Yeah, you can download and play the entire game right now for free.
And look, and I still won't do it.
It's not my usual game, but I think that's actually very cool.
So to kick off the trial, we've got some of the world's biggest creators who are going to be playing live at the end of the show, representing their nations in a little mini World Cup tournament.
And this summer will bring so much more for FIFA fans. Plenty of FIFA 18 content centered around the World Cup, and we'll bring you all the details on FIFA 19. But in the meantime, let's all enjoy the World Cup. Thank you, and auf Ravistan!
I would love to see a EA. That's the old business model. Flashes videos, like demos, trials, and then it goes to paid after that. That's the kind of like free-to-play that I would like to see more of.
Yeah.
Well, and
great entry
something
point.
like this is easier to do because this is a very regular annual franchise.
Yeah,
So it's easier for them to take like the, sales are going down on 18. They're getting
Well, with all the marketing around the World Cup, why not tie into that? I mean, everyone's going to be really keyed into it, even people who are
in the years after.
Right.
FIFA 19. The FIFA community never rests. 20 million people from 60 countries playing in competitive leagues this year.
But you fake injuries like they do in real soccer.
Bringing the Champions League and the World Cup and so much other greatness to FIFA this year. We can't wait for you to experience it all. We've got so much to do here today, but I want to welcome you to EA Play. It's our third EA Play and our second one in Hollywood, and we couldn't be more excited to have you with us to share all the games that we have to show you. We've got lots to do, but before we move on, I'd like to share just a couple of things. The greatest disruption to the consumption of entertainment media in the last 5 years is the combination of streaming plus subscription. As consumers, watching movies, watching TV, listening to music, reading books has never been easier. And we believe that disruption is going to have a profound impact on our industry in the next few years. And so over the last couple of weeks, you will have seen that we announced a new team from Israel has joined Electronic Arts to help our investment to extend our thinking and extend our pioneering into this
It's the black
cloud
on black
gaming
that he's
world.
wearing there, Stronium.
For many people, that's going to mean
Accent
extending
helps,
the
too.
experiences they already play on our partner platforms. For others, it's going to mean new games and new modalities of play across a whole variety of platforms. But for everyone, it's going to mean playing games anywhere, anytime. So this week we've got a tech demo running. All of our games streaming in HD from the cloud to multiple devices that you'll be able to try out for yourselves. Now it's not quite ready for full market prime time yet, but it is a promise of what we hope to bring you in the future. The second part of that, of course, is subscription. And we started subscription a number of years ago, and many millions of you have signed up and experienced the joy of being able to have full access to a great catalog of games. Today, we're announcing Origin Access Premier. So 3 things you need to know about it. Origin Access Premier will bring you all of our new PC games, starting with Madden NFL, back on the PC for the first time in over a decade. then FIFA 19, Battlefield 5, and of course Anthem. And there'll be many more titles in the years to come. Second, you get access to the Vault, our library of over 100 games from EA and other publishers. And third, it will launch later this summer. So that's a little later in the year, but if you want to get started right now and experience the benefits and joys of subscription, come in and play a free trial of Origin Access, our base subscription, this weekend. Thank you and have a great show.
They seem to be putting Origin a little more front and center this year.
Yes, they mentioned it earlier too.
Yeah, it was in the FIFA announcement. I just want to say real quick, Madden on PC I'm actually pretty excited about. It would be great if there was a mode where you could let the game play itself, so that you could just run like a manager season. I've always liked that about PC sports games. It seems to be left out of consoles these days.
I think they have that now.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that no loot boxes in Battlefield,
What's
though.
up? So I'm here sitting inside the crowd at EA Play.
Yeah, for real.
And I just happened to find Mr. Vince Zampella here in the audience from Respawn. What's going on, Vince? How you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I love this stuff. I love seeing new games.
I mean, someone's super excited about that man on PC, right?
That looks blitzed.
So, you guys may have seen that Vince was tweeting.
I thought I was stoned. Damn.
There's been a bunch of speculation. So, you want to just get right to it?
Sure. I mean, we're not ready to show all of our stuff yet. We're working on a bunch of stuff. It's amazing. The teams are kicking ass.
It's amazing.
We
Thanks,
wanted to
Vince.
bring a little tidbit. So we've been working with Lucas on getting the name and kind of the setting for what our Star Wars game is going to be, and we're going to talk about it right now.
Oh, you guys got any guesses? I bet you the internet is
Battlefront
wild
3.
right now.
Now with more loot boxes.
So the Star Wars name is Jedi Fallen Order.
Woo! So Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, so it kind of gives you some idea that you'll be playing a Jedi.
So does that mean I get to like hold a lightsaber?
What? Yes.
Wow. He's like, you can
So
hold
Vince,
my
you got
lightsaber
anything
right
else?
now. Well, it takes place in the dark times. Trying to be a little
Hashtag me too.
when the Jedis are being hunted, so it's going to be spectacular.
Single player?
For all the hardcore nerds out there who want to know like where in the
Sounds like
timeline, like what between
I
which
think so.
episodes is it?
There you go, bro.
Between 3 and 4.
Okay. All right.
With the
Between
tough
3 and
questions,
4.
love
That
it.
sounds
We're
like a
good at
nice time. You got any other tidbits?
Nice.
It's a dark time.
It's a dark time.
It's a dark time.
Bad time. Does that mean it's going to just be all dark and serious?
Well, yes, that's what dark time means, you stupid bitch.
All right. So I think people are now anxiously want to know like when can we play the game?
It will be holiday of next year, 2019, not this year.
F minus.
Sorry to dash any hopes.
A holiday of next year.
Next year.
Next year.
And hopefully we'll hear more from you maybe next
They're not going
year.
to make holiday 19 then.
Well,
It's only a year and a half away.
It was great to see you. Thanks for stopping by the show today.
You would have something to show.
We do have a little bit more news on Star Wars, so I'm going to toss it over to Dennis.
That's awesome.
I don't know if I'd want like a cinematic, non-gameplay trailer of another Star Wars thing at this point, though.
Yeah.
Hello there. My name is Dennis. I work at DICE in Stockholm on Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Wild soy boy appears.
To be here today, so thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little bit. So we launched our game in November of last year, and clearly we didn't get it quite right. So instead of coming out of the gate sprinting like we really wanted to, we had to take a step back and make sure that we were delivering the game that our players really wanted. So we decided to completely overhaul our progression system and add a bunch of new character cosmetics for players to collect instead. So from there,
basically,
we added a new hunt mode inspired by the original Battlefront games that I loved personally.
We got
starting
fucked
with the
by our
Ewoks
player
on
base
Endor.
because they didn't want the the loot boxes that we had to offer. So we had to rebuild the entire game.
It turned out to be by far the most popular update of the game, and the team loved building Ewok Hunt.
Are they just looping the trailer?
So, as you might know, we're currently in our Han Solo season with content from the movie coming next week. It's headlined by the new planet Kessel, a really dangerous place, and it features the return of one of our favorite modes, Extraction. So looking forward a little bit, this summer we will be introducing a new squad system to the game, which will allow you to team up much easier and play with your friends. We're also adding a new Starfighter mode focused around dogfighting with your hero ships.
So be eager to get along with you, Mark.
We will also be delivering a new large-scale multiplayer sandbox experience focused around capturing command posts and attacking and taking out capital ships.
Maybe this is all we've built.
But that's not all. We know that you have been asking for new heroes, villains, and planets from a certain era that features a very iconic Star Wars conflict. So I'm excited to confirm that Battlefront 2 this year will be going deep into the Clone Wars.
Whoa. Yay.
It's only fitting
Clone
that we
Wars.
begin on the planet Geonosis, featuring multiple levels, including the largest level we have ever built for Battlefront. So let's talk about the heroes and villains. First, let me introduce the most powerful droid, the leader of the most powerful droid army in the galaxy, General Grievous. And yes, he will be going up against my own personal favorite, Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi.
He's just so excited they let him out of the office. Look at him.
But we're not done. That's not it. They will not come alone. Joining them is the Dark Lord and leader.
He's not used to getting this much sunlight.
Count Dooku, as well as someone to bring balance to the Force, Obi-Wan's unruly Padawan, Anakin Skywalker.
You can even get all those likenesses. That's what I'm wondering, especially in the
Yes, let's go back to the one set of the movies that no one really gave a shit about.
Committed to Battlefront. We had a rough start, but I really think that this
Rough
game
start?
has a bright
That's a
future.
fucking kind understatement.
Thank you very much for playing the game, providing us with your feedback, talking to us. Together, we will make this as
Forgot the
great
Clone
a game
Wars
we
happened.
can possibly build. There would be no Battlefront without you. So thank you. May the Force be with you, and enjoy the rest of E3.
Say whatever you want to about EA and the Battlefront and the way it launched. They've been exceptionally humble about their approach to it after all that initial outrage.
Yeah. It's difficult to acknowledge when you messed up, but they have absolutely been doing it.
Oh!
Oh my god.
So cute.
Oh, new Bioshock looks good.
100 balls of yarn fall on an island.
Oh, he is going to an island. You have to hunt for needles and scissors.
Oh, this crowd is brutal.
Hi, it's really good to see you.
Half of them are asleep.
Yeah.
In Unravel, we used yarn to symbolize love and the bonds between people. In our new game, we tear that bond up right at the start. You lose everything, including your spark. But when things are at their darkest, you find hope. And you form a new bond. And your spark is rekindled. And it leads you off on an adventure.
I'm loving this.
So welcome to Unravel 2. It's a game about fresh starts and second chances. These two little souls who refuse to give up and who build something new and beautiful together. And the whole game is inspired by that spirit of optimism and togetherness. You see, it's all made to be played with 2 characters. You can play it alone, or you can play it in co-op with a friend, but there's always 2 characters there, sharing one yarn and working together to get through this adventure. This game, it's quite different from the first. It's both friendlier and more challenging, but above all, it's a lot more playful. And we think it's a worthy successor. And I want to show it to you now, so I brought some help. So please welcome Michael to the stage. He's a producer at Coldwood.
Couch co-op?
And we're going to try to show you a little bit of what I'm talking about how you can play the game in co-op with yourself, essentially.
We're not supposed to talk about co-op with yourself in public, are we? I thought that was verboten, huh?
This wasn't prepared.
There we are.
Well, it shows that they're doing it.
Yeah, it shows they're doing it.
So when you're playing it by yourself, you can essentially pick up the other character and carry them along through the more fast-paced segments of the game. And we actually tried to include a bit of those because
I've never heard of it, Mark.
Since it's a co-op game, it's a turkey. We wanted to have more like thrill and danger and kind of wow moments, places that were like fun and exciting. And then when you get to the more puzzly areas like this, when you're problem solving, you can split apart into 2 and switch back and forth between the 2 characters, because that's how we've essentially designed all the problems and puzzles of the game, that you're always working together and helping each other out and utilizing this bond between you to overcome any obstacle that you come across.
So it's one person controlling both characters?
Well, you can merge them together.
So I guess I'll jump in at this. Yeah, come join.
Like there was that character who was red and blue.
Yeah. I'm going to be the red one.
Yeah, Liz, that's just not something we talk
And now
about.
they're both playing. So you can play both, but then you can also do co-op.
Celebratory flip there.
It's a cool way of handling it.
You know, I'm reminded of watching this is that really great Xbox kind of game called Brothers.
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Yeah, and this is great game. It's like this feels like a combo between that and Limbo. Yeah,
absolutely.
And I'll catch you.
One thing I really enjoy about these games, the first Unravel, but also there's a VR game called Moss, is these games where you're tiny. I really think the like exploring the scale of things is cool. Like all these little tiny things that we don't think about are epic tools for them.
Got it? Oh, very nice. Buster. Oh, sweet. Well done. Okay, I'll go up and distract the grouse. I'll sneak up here.
Someone in chat called it Tomb Raider Yarn Edition.
Okay, your turn.
That's pretty funny.
Look at me.
Tomb Raider Yarn Edition.
Keep him up with the left.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Kev. I appreciate it, man.
Trying to build a nest, maybe. Who knows?
Now I can't stop picturing turkey hard-ons.
That sounds like your problem.
Yeah, right. I think that's what they were going for. That's what they're hoping.
We can quickly go. Yeah, finally. Or can we?
Slow-mo.
So that's a quick little look at Unravel 2.
Yeah, it looks fun.
Yeah, it's a fun game.
Yeah, I really hope you like it. And before I go, I just want to send some love to the team back home, because working on this game has been a completely amazing team effort in so many levels, and everybody has worked so hard. So there's a bunch of us from Coldwood here, and thank you to those, and thank you to everybody back home, and thank you. Love you.
Oh,
God bless the developers, man.
I love that you.
Joseph Marchand in chat saying it's a Thanksgiving turkey.
A lot of repeated imagery in this presentation today.
It was really baffling in the Star Wars section.
Yeah, that one didn't make a lot of sense.
Right.
The first Unravel, did any of you guys play that?
Maybe the zipper was open.
I really enjoyed it, but felt like it had potential to be more. This seems like it could really help it find its feet.
Yeah.
Like momentum.
Was Brothers on just Xbox or was it on PlayStation as well? I played it on Xbox.
I played it on Xbox.
But if you get a chance to play Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, I think it would still hold up today. It was even like a little lo-fi from when it came out.
Yeah, difference being it is single player. You did, but you had to share the controller.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah. I remember the two of you sitting, each using half of the controller.
Yeah, I'm thinking so too, Zorbaltos.
It looks like a really pretty game. It's got a really great art style.
Team at Coldwood, the game is really strong. These guys have done an amazing job, and it's clear that they have a lot of passion, and I can't personally wait to play Unravel 2 with my kids. But what's even more amazing is that we will make Unravel 2 available to everyone today. Yep, you heard that right. You'll be able to take these two Yarnies on their next big adventure starting today. The game is finished, it's out.
That's amazing.
Wow. Also shows you're better off watching E3 at home.
Right.
Thank you to the team at Coldwood. Back in 2015, we started on this journey with the original Unravel to seek out the most creative, independent developers and bring them into our EA Originals program. It's been our way of helping these creators bring their unique games to the world and to tell their stories. And last year, if you remember, Joseph Fares was up here on stage representing his team at Hazelight and The Way Out. And I think we all kind of remember that. And you might even remember him from the Game Awards as well. I think I do. Anyhow,
yeah, Mark's having a very good day.
Caught fire. It's innovative.
Mark's like,
it's
damn it,
fun,
I'm at the doctor's office.
And it's something fresh and new, and you all loved it. We saw over 2 million players in the first 2 weeks. And A Way Out is such a huge success that Joseph and his team are expanding and moving into a new studio. So stories like this drive our industry, and it's why we will continue to work with independent developers to help them realize their dreams. Which leads us to our next EA Originals title, from a little game studio in Berlin called Joe My Games. When I met this team and I saw the game, I was instantly drawn to how personal this story was. It's one that carries a very powerful and important message, and it's unlike anything we have ever done. So please welcome Connie Gepper to the stage from Joe My Games to tell you more about Sea of Solitude.
Oceans are hot.
Thank you, Patrick. I still remember during the pitch how enthusiastic Patrick was, and that afterwards, like, our whole team, including me, were super excited. It actually feels a little bit the same right now. I'm pretty excited, maybe a little too excited.
She was hanging out with Dennis backstage.
Yeah, if you're not used to talking in front of an audience, it's intimidating. Yeah.
We are Yomai, a small indie game studio from Berlin, and we are developing Sea of Solitude, or SOS as we call it. The whole journey from the very first concept to actually becoming a part of EA Originals is simply amazing. Let me tell you more about our game. When humans get too lonely, they turn into monsters. This is at the core of everything you will see, hear, and hopefully feel while playing SOS.
What happens at the LA Convention Center stays at the LA Convention Center.
Concept so important and so unique is that nearly every human being can at least somehow relate to or remember the feeling of being lonely. In my case, I started writing the story when I felt the loneliest in my life. I think as an artist, you process your emotional world by letting it out and putting it into your art. I'm still amazed how like the concept seems to just float out of me like right into the hand and onto the paper. I think this is also why so many people can instantly
And when you
connect
buy a
with the
hard
game,
copy of this game, you get a free
it's not a
antidepressant
made-up story,
prescription
even
in the
though
case.
that it takes place in a fantastic setting. In SOS, we try to show how people experience different kinds of loneliness, but also how outsiders, friends,
Exactly,
and families
Liz.
see those who struggle.
Straddle?
We achieve all this
What?
in playful ways so that players
Straddling
who wants to
co-op?
simply enjoy
What?
a fantastic experience can do so. But player who wants to look a bit deeper can reveal a
Right, yeah.
whole emotional world beneath it all.
I thought she was going to talk about a fucking game.
Sea of Solitude is about a young woman
Oh, here
named
we go.
Kay who is suffering.
No, it sounds like she's
from
leading up to the invasion of
loneliness
Poland.
that her inner feeling, the darkness, the anger, the hopelessness, worthlessness turns to the outside and she becomes a monster. The game is about finding out why this happened to her, but also how to turn her back into a human. Ultimately, the goal is to bring all those emotions into balance. Some needs to become bigger, some would be better off a little smaller, but to embrace even your destructive part or your self-doubt in the same way you embrace your joy or your hope.
No idea what she's talking about.
Nope, no fucking clue.
And that's
What's going
what
on
our
Braden's?
game is all about. Thank you.
Is this real?
Everyone knows that the key to good gameplay is feelings.
Yeah, getting in touch with them, making some bigger, some smaller.
It's empty and cold.
You guys sounded like the
Loneliness cuts me into
Germans from Beer Fest.
I'm no child of destiny and no fortune.
Yes, now she becomes the monster
I've just
with the
chased you
wings.
so long now. I'm too weak to run.
Now she's a big fishy.
A new day is here.
Now she's in Das Boot.
In my room, I tremble.
She looks like a fucking plague zombie. Put a bullet in her head.
I love the art direction for the game, and especially the main character.
I feel like they get more out of having seen some of the gameplay as well. I'm like, oh, okay, this is like a puzzle adventure game.
But I come away from that feeling with just really.
All right, more sports. At least they're breaking the sports up, right?
Right. Like maybe it's like Metroidvania style, where you have an area you're just unlocking portions of.
We're balling. Be ready. Because we're coming at you with the squad.
She needs this shit.
Say it how you want. Trust the process. Run as one. All next. Won't be the
Oh, play the game where you're a lonely Jewish girl hiding in an attic. I'm just waiting for
Instagram
Germans
story
to
feature?
fucking mix
Or
it.
Instagram Live?
Wherever you call home, whenever you're fit, or however you ball, you're on my court.
Ultimate hide and seek.
And this is my squad.
100 basketball players.
100 LeBrons versus 1 Steph Curry.
My name's Shea Kivlin, aka Young Kiv. I'm from Seattle, Washington. The only goal of mine is really to win the Mountain Belt.
Kiv's been going after that belt since 2016. At some point, he's going to need to get out of this quarterfinal and claim a major.
It's a big night for young Kiv. He's been stuck at the quarterfinals.
And here he is now in his
I
first
may just be a
championship.
mad fucking genius on Braden's. I'm telling you.
Third and 4, throws it low. T.Y. That was a phenomenal read. And Trini's got the lead.
40-19. I hate losing.
Kid, he looks like a malnourished Paul Logan.
Matchup. It's a rematch.
He keeps running the same fucking play.
You want to get smacked again on TV? Madden 18 champion.
Yes, because he has no athletic ability himself, so he can only fucking, you know, win a sports competition when he has a controller in his hand.
Okay, buddy, how you doing?
I've been good. You still recovering from that butt whooping?
Wow, already starting. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Juju Smith-Schuster.
Lord, if this was the greatest moment of my life, I'd go home and shoot myself.
Touchdown celebrations. That's pretty fire. I like that a lot.
I mean, but you know what? Fucking colleges give away
this is Young
scholarships
Kev,
for fucking
Madden
sports.
18,
It's
Madden
ridiculous.
champion. Like, give it up for Young Kev, y'all. Give it up. Young Kev, how has it been? You know, your success and your path, you know, to where you're at today.
It's I've always been a competitor. When I was in high school, I was playing baseball. I hurt my arm. So then I picked up Madden, and at first I was really bad. I was getting blown out online, but I kept at it.
I don't think so, one, Braden.
Eventually I made my first tournament, but I had a big decision. It was the same time as my graduation.
Wow, okay. So the key to be the #1 player in Madden is to hurt your arm in baseball.
I'm not sure I want that title.
You said you had the decision to go to your graduation or go to a tournament. So, like, what did you do?
I chased that money. I still got my diploma, but I chased that money.
There you go. We're out here chasing money. Wow. That's awesome. Okay, now the past 2
Yeah, that's awesome. Fuck school, kids.
No,
yeah, great message.
It's just overly scripted, I think.
Devastating losses.
If you crawl deep enough into the basement, you can have this nice, shiny plastic gold belt.
All those losses made me gain a lot of mental toughness, and I picked up this belt.
That's awesome. That belt is so amazing. There's a lot of, you know, bling on that belt for you.
It's like the wardrobe was provided by Steam Marketplace.
You know, first look at the Madden 19 trailer. Super excited. It's gonna be so fun. It's lit. I honestly wish I can stay right here and talk to you guys forever.
Your picked out brother's pants there.
Right.
I'm gonna try to take this belt, you know, round 2. So we're out. Have a good day.
100 John Maddens.
We keep making that joke, but they're
This a mugging?
Your whole life to get to
We led the game. We led EA with one.
It is true.
The first conference.
First
First
title.
They haven't pivoted Anthem yet.
You battle through the pain and failure, all just to get to this place where you've been told legends are born. You fall.
Yes, Mark. This is how the world ends.
And you rise so that you can truly see.
Not with a whimper, but with a bling.
Yeah.
Never about reaching the end of the road at all,
I just want to know, can I kneel during
but about all the moments that
It's down on the D-pad.
So, you in their position? Would you let the moment define you? Or will you define the moment?
I think it's interesting that they moved Madden to the Frostbite engine. It seems like they're really unifying everything across all their different divisions onto that engine.
They also keep pushing the esports angle of their sports games, and it's just like, I just don't see that as major push in esports.
Michael Martinez. How you doing today?
I'm super excited to be here.
Yeah, we're going to do this presentation a little bit differently and give you your first look at a brand new mobile game in a live winner-take-all head-to-head match.
Well,
Michael, why don't you tell us the rules?
I wonder how many people they had to pay to be in that audience.
Destroy the opponent's base to win. Unit control, super simple. Just tap the destination, unit automatically moves there. The most efficient way to destroy the opponent's base is with this giant nuclear missile in the center of the map. Control the missile by standing on a majority of the control points. A bar fills up while the missile is possessed. Whoever controls the missile when the bar fills up will fire the missile. It takes 2 missiles to destroy the enemy's base and win. That's it.
Sounds great, Michael. Well, enough talking about it. Let's get to this match.
Absolutely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have an awesome match.
Some weak-ass nuclear missiles.
Fighting
Yeah, I
for
know,
the
right?
blue side of the room. If you could please give a cheer for one of the most formidable RTS players there is. Make some noise for In Control.
Yes.
Audience does not sound energetic.
No.
Yes, all you have to do is clap on occasion. When someone on stage claps, you clap.
Competitive mobile gaming phenomenon. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Nick at Night.
Really? Nick at Night? What a fucking idiot.
Dudes in their mid-30s wearing hoodies.
Nobody necessarily knows. They have to explain what the game is.
Yeah.
5 free loot boxes. I love it.
Are the players ready? Let's get this thing going.
Ready to go. I'm ready to go. Let's do it.
What?
All right, let's
What?
kick this off.
I don't know if I can play. I'm
Nice
not in my
little
mom's
strategy game
basement.
For those of you out there.
Seymour
I like
Hoffman?
they brought them
I'm
out
very excited
in the
for this.
dark.
The players are
died.
It goes to show how difficult this is to present.
Right.
They're literally sitting in the dark.
Bases have been deployed and the action begins like any strategy game. Economy will be the focus. We have a
Typical
harvester
round
to
lasts
start
45
things off.
minutes.
Nothing
Let's see how this
too
goes.
Too crazy.
Now the infantry is going to come out to hold that top point. Both players, of course, trying to take that.
It covers your whole seat, but you only need the edge.
In that flank position that In Control is going from the top side, also very important as Nick and Knight's forces have to circle around the
Kelly
center.
Roberts, Kenny in chat is asking, is this Command and Conquer?
Right, I thought when I wondered like what IP is this based on when I saw it because it's EA, you know?
Right.
Going for the
Yep.
anti-infantry,
I think
like
it's
any
just
strategy game, the
I
units
hope
that
it's
you're
new
going
or
to
generic.
use when you
Yeah.
deploy them will have a huge
It makes
impact. Your
sense to at least
micromanagement of your
leverage one of
forces
the
and
ones that
protecting
they've got that they're
economy
not
as well.
using.
Nick and Knight with some attack bikes in the top. There he is.
And In Control placing the turret on the top right side to help cover that Rhino.
It's
as
interesting though, it
attack
looks
bikes
like a
move
cross
towards the
between
northwest position.
RTS
You
and
can see that the
strategy
missile
a little
is
bit, like
beginning
turn-based
to
strategy.
ready and
A little bit,
fire.
yeah.
Because it's got locked positions,
Important
but it's
objective on
real
the map
time.
is to hold those control zones.
Right. And In Control making a lot of progress to that far right side of the match.
And he's done a great job of holding that down with the turret, and now he's redeploying his vehicles to the south side, bringing out more infantry to deal with the attack bikes. And as
Did
that
any of you
economy
guys play
Oh, I
soccer
love
or-
the play-by-play commentary.
No.
we
Those
have
called
there the
pressure.
drill pod coming in the
Yes,
left
yeah,
side.
there's
If he goes any faster, his thumbs are going to catch on fire.
Right?
Those infantry.
Yeah, and In Control brings out his first tank. That's going to be used to try and help push back these smaller forces as he makes his way to the south side. That missile passing halfway now. Who's on control of Nick at Night? He will have the missiles. We see it starts to point
Then
towards
there's
In
some bizarre
Control's base.
choices at this press
Let's
conference.
see.
Yeah.
Oh no.
In Control can get around to that top
Nick
point.
This is just what a thumb war looks like in the 21st century.
The yellow position.
Close up of the co-op.
Do you get an extra missile if you connect to Facebook? Is that, can you do that? Still waiting for that part of this presentation.
Share it with your friends.
From Nick at Night to take it out, but now he's
You
bringing
fight
out the
5
missiles to
friends.
lock down that north position.
This missile is very, very close to firing. Let's see what's going to happen.
With another turret, In Control flanks. He takes the top. That missile fires.
Wow.
There's 2 misses, right? Yep.
One shot away from being knocked out here, as the next one will start to ready up in just a moment's time. In Control's very heady artillery.
I'm on the edge of my seat. Are you on the edge of your seat?
Control of the map.
I love this game.
I will definitely give this game a shot, but this is an odd choice for a live presentation.
Like a 30-second.
Yeah.
Yeah,
trailer.
See,
also
look, they
available now,
surprised
go
you
get it
again,
kind of a
Mark.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, as someone just pointed out to me here, that's definitely Tiberium up at the top of the screen.
Oh, yeah.
That sucks. I'd rather just have a real Command and Conquer.
Get in there, but there's a great turret
it's not
placement from In
definitely
Control.
Tiberium,
Blocking
but-
and just ripping through again. Those
There's a harvester on the left.
And we see In Control now moving his tank
Yeah,
forward.
if it's a Command and Conquer, do you think they would have called that out?
Maybe it's like at
Maybe
the
they're
end, like
waiting to do their
surprise.
big old mic drop. Like it's Command and Conquer and it's available right now.
Shout out to Adam Baird with the eagle eyes.
He brings up the laser infantry on the south side as
Be
well.
nice if,
Deal with that tank, going for counters,
If I was
trying
picking
to
a
scout
Command and
see
Conquer
what your
game
opponent is
to
doing and make the
port to
proper
mobile, it would be
response.
generals for me then.
Absolutely. Nick at Night cruising around, thinking about harassing those harvesters, coming around the far
Alright, my stream was messing up real bad. What game is this?
My stream was messing up real bad at all.
They have not said yet. It's a mobile game, obviously.
Things back the other way. In Control trying to rally his forces around. He
There's a
doesn't want
lot
to
of
engage
time in
just
this
one
briefing to devote to this game.
Especially if Red's gonna fire, I think someone else has to shoot.
And we get to watch the whole thing. Have it in real time.
Yeah, Liz, that's they're trying to make this press conference as big as they can, I'm guessing.
Boom goes the dynamite.
The Wolverines, as you pointed out, for In Control coming out to try and deal with these forces. But Nick at Night's done a great job of getting map presence and now also harassing the economy of
There he is. Yep. Wow. Okay, we've got our first mammoth tank on the board.
Well, it does seem to be limited.
So this is where they move the loot crates to.
Rate, and it's whoever owns the
Yeah.
points.
Wow. A lot going not here?
He's got a lot of range, that big boy, and in control of space.
This missile is nearly going to fire.
It can be stolen at any.
Where is it going to go? Is he going to be able to get it off?
He's got it back. He's gonna take it. Defeating Nick at Night here.
Oh, Nick at Night. Dude, what are you gonna do with your life?
Thank you so much. That was awesome. Any thoughts, guys?
I just came to make mammoth tanks, so I.
Damn, he got his ass kicked by Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Died like 4 years ago.
Nathanius, Nick at Night, and In Control.
Yeah, In Control. Yeah, Nick at Night. In control of what?
Ladies and gentlemen, what you
His
just
solo
saw
player
is a
co-op?
worldwide reveal of Command and Conquer Rivals.
You called Gus on the remote.
It was
Reimagines the
totally
real-time
totally got help on that
experience
one.
for mobile. We're giving players complete, continuous control of their armies in quick, competitive head-to-head matches that are fueled by skill and strategy. Now, Rivals will be coming to iOS and Android devices, but I'm excited to announce that Android players can play the pre-alpha today. So head to the Google Play Store, search Command and Conquer Rivals.
What's up, all you
The studio
iPhone
has been having
bitches?
an absolute blast playing this game, and we can't wait for you to play. Please let us know what you think.
pre-alpha.
Thank you.
Sweet
If the last 30 seconds of
We want
what
you to
they just
love our
did was
game.
the entire presentation, it would have been a much bigger deal.
Yeah.
I agree.
Here's Command and Conquer coming to mobile. It's available today.
Here's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Maybe just a cut down
So,
of
a
that
typical
round.
mobile game?
A cut down to
Typical
that
mobile
match
game
would have
trailer?
been fine. Where's the celebrity to promote this?
I think
I'm
that
available
time has
today?
passed, Liz. Really? You couldn't tell she was a chick? You're surprised? Really?
Like as bad as the presentation as that was, I was probably still trying to speak.
Well, I mean, when you're staring at your screen and not your opponent, you miss things like that.
Yeah.
That's exactly what the gameplay looked like.
Control is power. Now with a new single-player
Now,
co-op.
before we close the show with a spectacular epic anthem, I wanted to share a few final things. I'm blessed to be able to
Single-player co-op. Is that like the new Stranger or something?
come to work every day to create amazing entertainment. And what I can say about all of those teams, and what I can say about us, is that we are
Expect you to game, Mr. Bond.
and listen and strive to be better. And so, as you look at the 10 experiences that you're going to see today, and as you play games this week, there's some things we hope come through. First, that at the very core is choice. Is that you as players get to choose how you play, what you play, when you play, and what devices you play on. That in making those choices, you feel you are treated fairly.
No, Mass
That
Effect
no one is
killed
given
Mass
an
Effect.
unfair advantage or disadvantage for how they choose to play. That for every moment that you invest, we know that you put so much of your life into the games we make, and that for every moment that you invest, you feel like you are rewarded and you are given value for that investment. And most importantly, that the games are fun, that we move past the grind, and that these are experiences that truly enhance your lives. And so, as we think through all the things that we're trying to do, know that we want to be better and that we want to make great games. And that
It's a game. It's not supposed to enhance anything.
As much as you love playing them, there's something that is even greater that we can do together. The power of this community when we come together to do amazing things is profound. Last weekend was the 3rd year of our Play to Give program, where we show the world how the power of play can be a positive force for social impact. Millions of you out there participated in 9 in-game challenges in our games, logging millions of hours in support of Play to Give. And to celebrate that, we contributed a total of $1 million to 3 charities that share our vision for a more inclusive world. A world where representation and equality are not something we strive for.
Oh, that's like 5 loot crates.
And where bullying and exclusion are not an everyday thread. These 3 organizations, the United Nations He for She, PACE's National Bullying Prevention Center, and Ditch the Label, an anti-bullying organization, All are doing great work, and we're proud to support them through Play to Give.
Social justice.
And thank you for your support.
Really? You're a UN fucking charity?
Thousands of us at EA and millions of you.
Gee, that sounds like a Tears for Fears cover band.
Thanks for being with us, and thanks for the incredible privilege of making games for all of you. Now, without further ado, let's take a look at Anthem.
This gay player's gonna be angry.
The gods vanished and left our world in chaos, creating, altering, destroying. The anthem is all that remains.
There's a storm coming. These walls can't protect us forever.
Yes, Mark, that's exactly it.
It wants to destroy us all.
Not impressed. Damn.
Thing about that was the music.
It was music.
Yeah.
I heard you misspoke. A little bit of gameplay there, a few frames.
So it did say at the top that it was all in-game footage.
Yeah.
No, it didn't say in-game footage. It said game engine footage. That's a little bit different.
How cool is that trailer?
Yeah.
You guys have seen it a couple times, and it's still cool every time I see it. So I know all of you like
Oh, look,
me
Tina
have had
Fey's back.
tons of questions about Anthem since last year because we're all BioWare fans. So we're going to do something a little bit different for the rest of the show, and we're going to take a deep dive into Anthem. So I'm going to invite some members of the BioWare team to chat with us. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Casey Hudson, Mark Dale, and Catherine Roussard.
Brian, your mic is doing some crazy shit.
Hopefully we'll get some 15 seconds
Game show, right? Yeah.
What was that?
Very exciting.
Said your mic was
Casey,
doing some
we're gonna
crazy
go ahead
shit.
And just jump right in and get started with
My
you.
apologies.
So now we know that you all started, or Casey, you started your career.
My
in
other mic
BioWare
broke last night,
back in the
so
day.
I'm
But you took a
using this
couple years off,
janky
but
one.
before you came back, you
I gotta
actually worked on
yeah, I gotta see if I can't find my Turtle Beach
Yeah,
just
that's right.
tonight.
So, you know, first of all, it's amazing to be back. It's awesome to be making games for BioWare fans. You know, we have the best fans.
Fuck
so
you,
it's
Casey.
been
You
super
betrayed us,
satisfying
you
to
son of a bitch.
Come back to it, and you know, I just want to be able to continue the legacy of the studio, and that's kind of where it started with Anthem. Is just
What is that? I thought it was John Stamos.
You know, what is the evolution of a BioWare? And we wanted to create a brand new world for people to discover. You know, a whole new world of story and character. But we also wanted to do something that was, you know, more of a dynamic and living world, and a game that would change every time you came back and played it. And we also wanted to do something where, you know, if you wanted to invite your friends into it, then you could do that as well. So that was really the initial vision of the game, not an MMO, not a multiplayer game with stories sort of bolted on this side, but something new and different, and I think the team has really captured that vision over the years.
Your fans really love the stories from BioWare, but I think we're kind of curious how you're planning to make story work in this shared world.
So a great story for BioWare is really about characters that you can have a connection with, choices you get to make, and feeling like the story is about you. In a lot of multiplayer games, those things get diluted because you're mixing multiplayer and storytelling into the same areas. Now you can build a solution to that, but you have to really build it into the core of the game. And that's what we've tried to do with Anthem. It's what we call our world, my story. So when you're out in the open world, the world is really dangerous and you're focused on your mission. And this is where other players get to play with you. The thing that's really interesting about this, it's unique for Anthem, is that this is a living shared world. So whether there's weather or it's nighttime, what we're experiencing together. Everyone that's playing Anthem at a moment is seeing the same thing. And this is what we mean when we talk about our world. It's a shared world that we all experience together. But then when I finish my mission, I come back to a base like Fort Tarsus. And this is a single player experience. I turn in my rewards, I talk to some characters, I experience the choices of my action.
Looks like it could be a Halo game.
Lives and breathes. And
with flying,
this way, we're able to combine that impact and agency of a single player story with the fun of teaming up with your friends to play co-op in combat.
And we're also designing it so that we can add story for years to come. So one of the first things
Mom's right.
when, from our community is they want to continue to play in our worlds when they've finished Mass Effect or Dragon Age. Players want more story. And so we've designed Anthem in a way that we can actually
help you
add
in your
more
missions
story for years to come. And it could be anything. A new moment with a character that you've grown to love, or
see other players,
event
like
in the
shadows
world
floating around or whatever.
deepens the lore, or an entirely new storyline and plot.
Well, I'm certainly not going to complain about more story. I don't think anybody out there is going to either. So, Kathleen, I wanted to ask you, from a writing perspective, since you are the lead writer, can you speak to what it's like to create a new world like Anthem from the beginning?
Well, what's really exciting for us, and not just the writers, but all of the devs, the designers, the artists, is that we're creating something new and mysterious for players to discover.
Basically, BioWare is saying is we are banking everything that we
are on Anthem. The premise of Anthem is a world left unfinished by the gods. But the gods left behind their massive tools, and those tools are in
looks like a pretty game though.
Conflict with this unknowable force called the Anthem of Creation. And the chaos of those things pushing against each other means that the world is constantly being reshaped in new and unpredictable ways.
Yeah, violent storms, mutated creatures, gigantic monsters. It's a dangerous environment that you need to wear a suit of powered armor, a javelin, to be safe in.
Now, something I think a lot of players out there maybe don't stop to think about is just how much work goes into creating a new intellectual property, or IP, as we've been saying. Now, we've seen all these different creatures, and Mark, you mentioned the storms. What's the process of creating a game like from scratch?
Yeah, it's something we've done a few times at BioWare. And really the hardest part is getting started, just kind of getting off the blank page. So what we try to do is we think about the new experiences that we're trying to unlock for players. So like, what is the fantasy fulfillment? What are the new things you actually get to go and do that are different from what you've played before? So that's where we start. And then once we think about those things, that's the power of creating new IP, especially for games, is that you actually get to build a whole fictional universe that's meant to bring out a certain experience. And then once we do that, then we still need to build all the rest of the stuff, and what unlocks us creatively is to think about like principles around art style, tone, and even the technology and the politics of our new world. And
They're planning on
from
Anthem
there we can
being
actually
a
go and
10-year
build out
game.
every last detail.
Yeah,
so you're
and
going to
one
get
of
DLC
the
for the
unique
next 10
challenges
years.
for Anthem is that it's a world,
the game
an
looks
experience
pretty,
that's meant
but
to
the
feel
problem
alive, like it's happening
now
right now.
They're sitting
and
back
so
going, okay, let's not put this in. Let's hold that out for a DLC. Let's hold that out for further content down the road. And then you don't get the game that you should be getting.
Yeah, it's a really great concept to write for, because what it means is it gives us the opportunity to drop into the world, almost in real time, a dramatic event that changes the world for everyone. And that could be anything from gameplay to lore.
I mean, all of the moving parts in the dynamic world sound really cool, the way that they sound like they're going to come together. But even though there's obviously a lot going on, it really all comes back to your
Dude, I don't know what's going on.
So let's talk about who we're going to be playing as and why we're fighting these crazy beasts.
So you are a freelancer, uniquely skilled to pilot these Javelin exosuits, and you need those suits to survive and fight in this world because the world will kill you. But on top of that, our ancient rivals, the Dominion, have they've discovered a way they think to weaponize the Anthem.
Hooray! Another game with power armor.
To stop them and protect the free people of Tarsus.
No, I've heard you call this power armor a couple different things. Is it a suit? Is it a javelin? Like, what's the canon term here?
We call them javelins, and there are 4, and they each have unique abilities. There's the Ranger,
that's the same kind of thing. That's
and
how
then
the vibe I
there's
get.
the Colossus, the Interceptor, and finally the Storm.
Yeah, so each javelin gives you a different way to play the game. But the
Yes,
thing to
that's your
remember
different
is,
class.
like Kathleen said,
Your
you're
javelin
not
is
your
your
suit.
class.
You are a freelancer, a pilot, which means you can decide which suit you want to use based on your mood, based on the mission you want to engage in, or the javelins that your friends are using. So really what this allows us to do is we built the suits to look like they're built from the materials of the world. So they each have their own unique abilities. So let's take a look at the Ranger now. The Ranger is a more generalized suit, able to do a lot of different things, really designed for up-close and personal combat, one-on-one for the most part. The Colossus is heavier, more specialized, but able to really pack in big weapons that let them devastate the battlefield.
I'm just going to say the Storm looks like it's going to be my favorite. I'm sure you guys out there are picking your faves right
your
now,
Ranger,
too.
your Fighter,
so the
your
Javelins
Thief,
look awesome,
and your Wizard.
but we're going to take a couple questions right now. So Casey tweeted, some of you may have seen, asking for people out there to send us your questions. And the first one is going to be from @It'sSweetNicole, who asks, as a player who is all about making their character their own, what kind of
Question number 1, when's the last time you got laid?
Yeah, so we really want players to express themselves, both through customizing the way their javelin plays, through gear and weapons, but also being able to personalize the way that it looks, both through paint jobs as well as changing the actual geometry of the suit itself. We want teams to be able to do this as well.
That wasn't
And
pre-scripted,
because
by the
you're
way. They
going
just
be
happened to
using a
have that
javelin for a
piece of
long
video footage
period of
ready.
time, we really want you to be able to make it your own.
I'm glad you brought that up because actually, Jay Legato has a question connected to customization. Monetization. How, when, loot box, cosmetics.
Yeah, so we are going to have some cosmetics and vanity items that you'll be able to purchase, but you're always going to know what you're going to buy before you spend any money on it. So no loot boxes, no ability to pay for power. So that means no ability to spend money on gameplay advantage at all within Anthem. But even more important than that, we want to make sure that Anthem is an immersive experience that feels like it's complete from the get-go. So that means a main story, a big open world, and an ongoing service that provides new content for a long period of time.
Who thought an Amish guy would be good at making a video game?
Why not? They make a killer fucking fireplace.
My javelin pink. That's really all I wanted to know, I'm going to be honest. All right, Casey. We talked earlier about this being a co-op experience. So can you tell me a little bit about how the team gameplay in Anthem is going to work?
Yeah, it really is about, the fun of teaming up as a team of superheroes and working together. So you want to get a few people together of different classes. So, I think here we're going to see the Colossus, just throwing people on the ground in gameplay, if we can have a look at that. So heavy artillery, being really strong, in melee combat. And then here you've got the Ranger shooting down from above. And then they're using combos and special abilities and stuff like that. But what I love is you don't just run around, you're swimming and flying as well.
So it's interesting because
But do they have
the
fish AI?
Tones wants to know, how will you balance multiplayer with single-player storytelling?
So Anthem's really built around trying to combine the impact of having your own personal story with the fun of playing with other players. But we really want to make sure that that playing with other people feels like a choice. So for people that want to just experience the story, you're going to be able to do that. Now, going out into an open world like this by yourself is going to be a little bit more challenging than if the team of 4 people. And we've really tried to balance the co-op experience to be fun, even for people that don't normally engage in this kind of thing. So I really hope that everyone at least gives co-op a try.
Okay, let's that's good to know. If you want to roll solo, you can, but it's just going to be a little bit more difficult.
But they're just cosmetic,
I know you all are
Mark.
on the edges of
It's
your
just cosmetic
seats.
pieces.
How about we show a little gameplay?
So we want to show you all the different ways you can colorize your armor, but you can't get any of them in the base game.
A whole bunch of it. I will. So, you and your friends have decided to play a mission called Scars and Void.
I have no friends,
Scars
bitch.
have put together an acid-based super
I'm an
weapon, so you gotta
antisocial
keep that up.
bastard.
So
Why make
you
a game?
start
This
in
isn't
the
for
Strider,
me.
which is like a giant walker, and it's your forward base of operations. You have a conversation with your crew, Halleck, Faye, and Owen, and you'll hear Owen. He's going to talk us through the mission as we experience it here. And yeah, then you just get into your javelin suit and you head out with your friends.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mark, Casey, Kathleen, for talking
Looks
to
like
me
she's
about
robbed
Anthem today.
Stevie Nicks'
We're gonna
closet.
Go ahead and roll the gameplay now. Enjoy, everybody.
Beginning, there were robots.
Faye said these bastards made some kind of acid. They're using it as a weapon. So, find where they're making this garbage and shut it all down.
Hey Vic, you gonna be playing tonight?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
Oh.
Alright, I gotta go take care of something real quick, unfortunately.
Alright,
so if I don't catch you guys by the end, I will catch you on later tonight.
Sounds great.
Alright guys, I'll catch everybody later.
There's something I really like about damage numbers. They feel kind of...
I love those numbers. It's also a good way to give you like feedback when you're getting more powerful.
Checking out the Scar Cam some more.
Look at all the weapons. Oh, and the turrets. Better move quickly.
I want to fly around so bad. That's cool.
There's a shaker relic. Wait, something's odd. Get a closer look, would you? You see those radiant pieces of energy? They're echoes from the Anthem of Creation. Loads of scars nearby. Be careful.
Combo.
I love it.
Return them to the relic. You've got to silence it fast.
I mean, you can look at the heads-up display on the right with changing weapons, but then also the powers is you have abilities that have a cooldown.
Yeah.
You know, like apparently that sphere that throws everybody with that area of effect.
How do you guys feel about like the third-person shooter instead of the first-person shooter in the style game?
I'm fine.
Wait, something's happening.
I'm okay with it. I don't mind.
What the hell was that?
I think that was whatever laid all the eggs around here. The sound came from below your position. On the plus side, this definitely counts toward hazard pay. There's a trail of this acid gunk leading down. Follow it, and we should find the source.
It definitely feels like I'm watching a Destiny strike, though.
Yeah.
Are there 3 people on team or 4 people?
Four.
There's 4? Yeah.
to the boss fight. That looks cool, dude.
How cool is that? I'm so hyped, you guys.
Sad thing is I'm going to end up buying that game.
That was actually just a short version of the full demo that we brought here to LA. So if you want to come by the Anthem Theater here at EA Play, you can check out the game live.
So I'm sure the question on everyone's minds, when do we get to play?
So Anthem comes out February 22nd, 2019 on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC.
So mark your calendars, everybody. Fire off your tweets. Thank you so much again to
Is that what
Casey
people
and the
think?
entire
Really?
Firework team. I know you guys had that
February.
awesome theater outside, so I will see you guys there.
All right,
Give
see
it
you
up for
there.
Casey Hudson, everybody. I also want to give a big thank you to all of the developers who showcased
Pretty
their
sure they had
games
to do that,
today.
Mark, just
Everybody
because of the
working hard at their
co-op.
studios back home around the world. Let's give them all a round of applause. Now, some of what you saw today, you guys have to wait to play. But you guys, EA has so much available right now.
Days
Now, for
Gone.
those of you keeping score,
Heck,
you
that
can
was
get your
February.
free trial
Days
of
Gone is
FIFA
February
18's World Cup
22nd.
today. And Andrew told us about the free trial of Origin Access. Yarny is back with a buddy in Unravel 2, which is also available today. Plus, you can take on your friends in Command & Conquer Rivals starting today as well. Now, that's a lot of
Yeah, only
not
if you're on
available stuff
Android
that's out
and want to
today.
play a
Is anybody
pre-alpha.
ready to go home and download
You want to be the
anything?
fucking beta
No?
testers for the game.
You're like, I just want to go outside into the fan fest. I get it. I get it. So I want to let you guys know to keep your streams going because in just a few moments, the FIFA 18 World Cup live tournament is going to begin. I'm going to head outside and check out the games, but I want to thank everybody for coming down to EA Play today and watching the press conference, and have a great weekend.
February is the new October. Well, I think that's the date they initially put out so they can push it to October later.
Yeah.
Wasn't Red Dead Redemption supposed to be out in the spring initially?
Yeah.
Of 2018?
So October now is Call of Duty, Black Ops 4, Battlefield 5, and Red Dead Redemption 2.
You know,
Everything else pushed to, like, is either pushed forward to September or pushed to November because no one wants to compete with those three.
Welcome back, Liz.
tend to overanalyze things that they show in cinematic trailers. And for Battlefield 5, they showed being able, specifically in-game, being able to move defenses.
Yeah. They focused on that a lot.
In the cinematic, they showed them building sandbag walls, which I thought was interesting. They focused on that a lot. In the cinematic, they showed them building sandbag walls.
Yeah. You and I look for the same things, apparently.
All right. So that was the EA briefing.
Engineer class for life.
All done. Good to finally have it. Sakovic.
Hey, Kovic. So, you guys can't see him, but he's off screen. He's really excited about it.
Really excited. He's like running around screaming.
So, thoughts? I know we kind of aired pretty much everything as it was going on, but did anyone have any additional thoughts? I agree, Liz. I'm Braden's. No thoughts required. Well, Mark's happy. Unraveled 2. But that was pretty much what I expected. No big surprises for me. Except no loot boxes in Battlefield 5. Alright, I may actually pick that up. Right. Yeah, we're just skipping the loot boxes now. You want the second half of the game? Pay us another $50. Well, that was certainly the diamond in the rough, wasn't it?
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
My microphone's acting up.
I hate when that happens. Fuck.
Should just make a Star Wars game where every time you use the Force, it counts as a microtransaction.
There you go.
Use your debit card, Luke.
Oh no, they're going between 3 and 4, so Luke isn't even around yet.
Loot box.
Oh, I muted the video there, Mark. I can turn it back on though. Right, isn't it, Liz? Yeah, it's the best. It is the best boon in that game.
Oh, that is going to be, because it seems like it could be a good value for the right price. But if it's like you're paying $60 for every few months, then it's just buy the games.
Well, I think EA Access is what, $5 a month?
And that
right now?
and that would be a crazy good price
for Origin. Yeah, that would be
for like their whole library and all the new games that they put out.
I really do like the fact though that they're moving back towards free trials of full games, and then letting people make the decision of whether or not they want to continue to play it.
Yeah.
Especially with FIFA, you get involved. People who might not have played FIFA in the past, the people who play it every year are probably going to buy it. It just becomes part of the routine. But for someone like me who doesn't play FIFA, I'm more of a Madden or an NBA player. Trying out FIFA, playing, getting hooked on it, it's a great way to get people introduced to it.
So I want to clarify real fast something that that Adam said. Apparently, they did release the pricing info for Origin Access Premier. It's going to be $100 a year or $15 a month.
$15 a month. Or let me do the math on that really fast, Gus, if I can.
I mean,
$100 a year or $15 a month.
$180 a year.
Yeah.
If you do it monthly.
Yeah.
So that's actually
big savings, man.
That's a much higher price though than you get with, and obviously this is for PC, so everything's a little bit different. But than Xbox Live, PlayStation Plus. That an Xbox has their own version of that too, with Game Pass as well. And although Game Pass is also an additional charge of what is it, $10 a month, something like that.
I'm not sure.
We are seeing expansion
it's not
too.
It's not that much, I think.
These are features I normally in the past associated with like Xbox Live Gold, with having access to certain games where they would have games with gold. But now there's a full service based around it.
If you're the kind of person that would buy Battlefront and Anthem and Battlefield, like, kind of makes sense if you're going to spend $60 on those games anyway. But that's still that's a hard ask for people to spend $100 on anything.
Well, it's $100 up front, and then theoretically you save the money over time the more you play.
Sure, but that $100 up front is like it's a big ask for some people, for a lot of people.
I'm genuinely surprised.
But is it really?
If
you're going to pay $60 for a game,
servers coming back online, that was like a
to drop the other 40, if you know that you're going to play at least one other game from that library, then the $100 up front is not that big of a deal.
Announcements in their own presentations. We do still have 3 platforms coming up.
Right.
I mean, I don't think they're going to make a huge
the Discord
announcement
gaming console,
like Nintendo one, but either Xbox or PlayStation.
Well, even during the Battlefield portion of this presentation, they teased campaign information at the Xbox conference. So they can't show all of their cards immediately. They do have partners that they need to work with.
Yeah, I think I would have expected more out of Battlefield. They didn't show a whole lot.
No, they didn't. They said
they were going to show more tomorrow.
Come back to Xbox.
No real guys in the audience for every presentation. It's like talk to them for 2 or 3 minutes.
They're like, so how you doing?
What'd you have for lunch?
Ah, yes. Oh.
play. Super excited about Battlefield 5, actually.
Yeah, I like the World War II setting.
Yeah, slot
I like the
included.
World War II
it.
setting as well. It is a return for Battlefield to its origins, with Battlefield 1942 being the first game.
Yeah, they also specifically said that it's going to be their presentation of the events of World War II, but not necessarily like a direct history lesson on World War II.
I do like how historically accurate they are as far as no loot boxes and no premium packs, though.
You know, and I know when they announced the Battlefield 5 and they had the trailer, people were initially really confused by which parts are story, what part is implied features versus just something to look really cool, and so on. So there's, and how this is steampunk crossed with World War II, looking for a lot of people. So I think that seeing pure gameplay is going to be a good thing for them to show. This is exactly what the game is. A lot of people were confused and not super happy with the initial reveal, and they didn't show a whole lot more about it in this case that we didn't know, except for that Battle Royale mode, which we all think is coming. Not a huge surprise, but hey, it's the unique gameplay that you'll never experience before.
It is interesting to me. So they said that people are going to be able to play Anthem February of 2019. There's no other E3 between now and that launch date.
Yes, you are correct.
So it's interesting to me that in the past, EA Play, they referenced it here towards the end, but a big part of EA Play is they also have some kind of big live gameplay event.
Sure.
Previously, 2 years ago, that was Battlefield 1, and they had a celebrity and influencer tournament with Battlefield 1. Then last year, it was the big Battlefront 2 tournament that they had essentially, or the match that they had. And this year it's FIFA. It's not Anthem, it's people, and I realize that not everything lends itself to a big multiplayer match, but it's interesting that they're doing it with FIFA, which is a very traditional title for them, very safe bet. It's normally they do that with something new and big.
Yeah.
And just the fact that they're not doing that this year makes me feel like that new big thing isn't ready for prime time.
Hey, Stella?
It is worth noting as well that because EA is also doing their event,
exactly, Mark,
their live event, EA Play, they've got what's called a creator cave there, where people can go do hands-on game capture, that kind of thing. So we're going to see a lot more of Battlefield 5, the multiplayer and all that sort of stuff. Actually, aside from the Xbox conference, you'll probably start seeing that popping up from streamers and YouTubers pretty much immediately.
Yeah.
So people will be able to see what some of the multiplayer Battlefield 5 stuff is. So that'll be, but separate from the story that they're going to talk about tomorrow with Xbox. So I think a lot of that will be worth checking out for sure.
Yeah, I think
do a little bit of homework.
There's still a lot more to see and a lot more to show. So I think maybe that's the source of some of the frustration watching this, is not getting the full story and having to wait a little longer.
I was a little confused on Anthem. They said that the world that you go out into is a shared world, and that weather effects and the environmental changes will all be represented in everyone's game. But they didn't make it clear, and they said you'd be able to play with friends, obviously,
or solo,
but they didn't make it clear if that was you would walk out into the world and you would see someone else shooting a duck or whatever. If it would just be it would be an invite only thing. Is it going to be MMO style where you would see other people? I don't think so, but they really,
or maybe instancy.
Yeah, they didn't really make in Destiny, because it's a very similar game to Destiny. You could go out and in your exploration, you would see people in the world, not in missions shooting ducks.
No, this is the only one for today. Matter of fact, let me bring up the schedule here.
Those ducks are trouble.
Let me minimize that.
That was confusing. And then when he was asked can you play it solo or co-op, he said it was designed with solo in mind, but it would be a harder experience. So it seems like they're really leaning into co-op specifically.
Mm-hmm. Right. I mean, one of the big concerns about Anthem in general is what people know and think of BioWare for is historically strong, story-driven RPG experiences. So one of the risks there is once you start to branch out into this multiplayer kind of experience, that the storytelling...
EA is the only one for today, and then tomorrow is Microsoft and Bethesda.
Where you go and get the story fed to you, like that hub area, you're going to be alone, and it'll be focused on you.
Right, but that also sounds like you go into your own area, you turn in your mission, you level up, you get the results of your mission, whatever.
If I describe the towers,
and then come back out, right?
But the problem I had with Destiny 2 in the tower was you would go there and be like, "Thank you, Guardian. You're the only one who has your light back.
Until
now
you
go out
here
and
go
save
out
the
and
world."
see all of the other people.
Right,
like-
and like, how do you tell a story about you when there's 5 million other people playing?
Right, it's hard to be the hero when everyone's the hero.
Right.
Yeah.
And so if they're gonna try and tell that story, that like I've had that problem with Destiny 2. It felt very dissonant.
Yeah.
Like the story they were telling me was
it just didn't make
like
sense.
it was like a coat of
Yeah.
paint that didn't make any sense with the actual gameplay and the experience that I was having. So be interested to see what BioWare does with this. I know that the Anthem is really important to them as a studio, especially after the difficulties they had with Andromeda, and to some degree people now kind of having a grudge against Anthem, blaming it for the death of Mass Effect.
Well, if it's so important, and this is such a pillar that they're riding on, I don't understand why they presented the game the way they did, with this Q&A before showing the game. I felt like normally they have people on stage talking while they are doing gameplay. I just don't understand why they didn't do that this way. Why
a little weird.
They kind of disrupted the flow of the conference and then showed you the gameplay at the very end.
It seems like they were, I don't know, maybe they didn't have enough prepared.
That's what I'm saying. The feeling that I had, they were filling the hour. I just like the tempo of the presentation. I was like, it felt like they were stretching for time in a lot of cases.
Right.
Even on the looped images and things like that. Yeah, I just didn't get it. I did like one of the things I like about Battlefront 2 is I'm just going through some thoughts I had while the presentation was going on. Is that the set piece that they had, the level they had,
Absolutely,
specifically from Solo, the mining planet that they went to. The name escapes me. Kessel. And that makes sense. That set actually felt very much like that environment from the movie. I really liked that, especially as they're not spoiling anything. Solo as they're coming out of the mine and everything else. That battle that takes place is great, and it seems like it was lifted right out of the movie.
It looked great.
Is anyone going to play as non-Lando, though? That's the big question. Because
I liked Solo. I liked Han Solo.
Yeah. I thought, the one thing I can never knock Battlefront about is how it looks, man. The animations, the environments, like everything looks really good about that game.
I mean, normally I would turn my nose up at them saying, hey, we're going to do stuff from the Clone Wars.
Excellent.
Just 'cause I
Great to
don't
hear, Umbrage.
at all identify with those movies, 1 through 3. But I have to say that what they've done with even like the Battle of Naboo in Battlefront 2, it's fantastic. I love playing in that era. But for some reason, I just don't enjoy watching it as much. But it's great. I'm looking forward to what they're going to do with it.
Yeah, it seemed like they didn't get much of a reaction when they announced they're going back to the planet Geonosis. It's like, oh, right, that was the name of that planet. I remember now.
Yes.
You clearly did not play enough Lego Star Wars 2.
Oh, okay.
Lego Star Wars 1 was the prequel.
But again, we talked about this during the unveiling. It's like it's a little weird that they only showed General Grievous when they also announced Obi-Wan Kenobi, Count Dooku, Anakin Skywalker.
Maybe still in talks for those likeness agreements.
It's okay,
definitely
Mark. I
felt
get
like
it.
that. Like I wanted to see Obi-Wan, and I wanted to see their take on Obi-Wan, but maybe either they're holding it or there's a reason why
It
they didn't
has
show
to
it.
be Ewan McGregor, right? It has to be.
I would
like, it's
assume
going to be
so.
that era because
Yeah.
it's Clone Wars, but like they can't. They
It
would.
doesn't necessarily have to be. There is a standalone Obi-Wan movie coming.
Yeah, but Ewan is probably going to be that one as well.
Possibly, yeah. But definitely Anakin is kind of locked at this point in time, and Count Dooku's not changing, I don't think.
But getting his likeness,
Christopher Lee's likeness to it could be, but I would imagine that they thought about signing away the rights for that.
Yeah, okay.
They certainly have toys based on them.
Right. Okay.
Video games is probably part of that clause. I would think.
I really enjoyed Rogue One.
All right. So overall thoughts on the.
I haven't seen Solo
I thought it was
yet.
kind of
I thought very developer focused. It had a much more human face, I think, and it felt like that was the approach for EA this year. They want to seem less like a corporate machine. Like, hey, look at all these people, these incredibly passionate developers working with teams of people to make stuff that they love. I definitely got that feeling coming out of EA Play this year.
I think that they spent 9 minutes on a mobile game, and that says a lot.
What was that? That was a misstep for sure. I thought it really interrupted the momentum of the show. Was like, okay, fine, but that drug it way down.
Why not announce that it's a Command & Conquer game at the top? I felt like the pacing, like a lot of stuff, and like you pointed out, when they bring the guys out there in the dark, it's like there's some production elements that weren't quite ironed out, which took me out of the moment a lot of the times when we're trying to figure out what's going on.
Right, like they put the impressive parts after the part that you have to sit through and get bored.
Right, then you have a bad taste in your mouth when you find out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, overall, I was fine with it. Like I said before we went live with the show, it's all the big things you expect, then hopefully a couple of small surprises. And I was pleasantly surprised by the stuff that we did see. Was it the Sea of Solitude? I thought looked really cool. Unravel 2, it's awesome. That's out today. Despite the weird presentation, I am excited about another Command & Conquer game, even if it is a mobile game. So overall, I'm pleased with it. I thought it went well.
Yeah, not their biggest year.
No.
Not their worst year. It was an okay year.
I'm happy about little things, like little side announcements, like Madden going to PC. I don't know why. I like that. And I as much as I'm
Ready Player One was a great film. I really enjoyed that.
Battle Royale games this year at E3. Especially we're going to see things like what we saw with Battlefield, where it's like, we're going to do this. Like, we don't really have any plans for it or what it's actually going to be. We don't have anything to show you, but hey, we're kind of like
it's in there.
Up.
It's happening.
Yeah. So we want to put our stake in the ground for that. But I'm excited. Honestly, I'm excited about
FIFA, Madden,
I'm really
NBA.
interested. I want to see what that's going to be like. But I just
the Black Lives Matter edition.
It's like I want to try to see what the version of that looks like.
Unravel 2.
I think you're most anticipating from this
Anthem.
press conference or briefing.
No, I gotta say Unravel.
Unravel.
Battlefield 5.
I really am looking forward to playing that because I enjoyed Brothers. Ashley and I had a great time playing
and
The
then
Way Out.
Sea of Solitude,
which it was a weird co-op
I didn't
experience because we
was that gameplay we were watching? Fuck, I don't
We
know.
were like, how could you?
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah. What's funny is I thought about bringing my PS4 with me on this trip, and I thought, nah, there's no point. Now I wish I had, so I could play Unravel 2.
Yeah, same. We can probably hunt down a console somewhere.
The best moment of that stream for me was when he called out the developer of The Way Out.
I loved that.
For the Game Awards thing that he did.
You may know him from the Game Awards.
So good.
I gotta say too, I really thought it was a great choice to have Andrew Renee as the host to carry us through the whole thing. I think Sony's always done that pretty well. They have a host and it feels like a continuous presentation.
Yep.
I did feel like more of that this year, and I haven't had that feeling in the past with EA.
She was a great host.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, she was awesome. So shout out to Andrea. We
Shout
are
out
going
to
to be
Tina Fey.
back tomorrow for Xbox and then for Bethesda as well. So I hope you join us for those. Then Monday we will have a whole show all the way starting with Square Enix in the morning and then finishing up with Ubisoft.
I gotta go, Vic. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Thanks for hanging out,
So I hope you
buddy.
join us for those. By all
Catch
means,
you
let us
tomorrow?
know what you thought of the presentation.
Yeah, you said Bethesda was tomorrow.
Yep.
Announced and
Xbox and
shown
Bethesda are
what
both
you
tomorrow.
Wished you had seen, which I know is.
Matter of fact, I'll bring it up on the screen again. Anyone interested in
Make
times?
sure you set your clocks.
Microsoft
for
and
tomorrow.
Bethesda are
Xbox,
tomorrow.
I have.
Here's a bunch of different
a
time
lot of
zones. Is the one that's
expectations
firing
for it.
off.
Because I think that's going to be a pretty crucial briefing for them as a platform.
Let's see all the exclusives.
Yeah, looking forward to
Exactly.
it. Well, exactly right. And let's see very specifically Xbox exclusives, but also Xbox single-player exclusives, which I think they've leaned pretty heavily into the multiplayer exclusives. I know that that's worked out really well for them. I'm actually going to be on the Jeff Keighley pre-show for the Xbox presentation tomorrow. I'll be on there with Boogie and Angry Joe and iJustine. So I'll be joining y'all after the fact for the Xbox presentation.
Very exciting.
Yeah, should be fun.
All right. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure you get some sleep. Make sure you hydrate. It's going to be a fun time.
Still early. Get some lunch.
Yeah,
go
make sure you
download
get some
Unravel
lunch.
too. That's what you should be doing.
play some games.
Yeah, I'm excited about Unravel 2. Let's go do that. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow for more E3. Oh, boy.
Great to hear, Mark. Now, was the doctor watching with you? Sure thing, Liz. All right, we're going to go ahead and mute that. Let's see. Thanks, guys. I appreciate everyone hanging out with me. Had a lot of fun. So. Oh, nice. That worked out well. Yes, tomorrow is going to be, I'm hoping, epic. That's excellent, Mark. I need something to notify me when you guys leave comments. Yeah, it was a lot of fun trolling EA. As always. Yep. I want to see... I don't want to hear about fucking Crackdown 3 again. That's what I don't want to hear about tomorrow. Well, that's because they just walked outside the building and said, hey, you, there, come on inside. We have air conditioning. Applaud once in a while. All right, Nick, thanks for hanging out, buddy. I appreciate it. All right, guys, that is going to wrap it up for this stream. And as always, yeah, exactly. Please come in. We have cookies. And we have lukewarm milk as well. So, but yeah, that's going to wrap it up for the stream. And I will be back. Let me flip back over here one more time. Let's look at my time. I am Central Time. So I'll be kicking off the live stream tomorrow at 2:30 for the Microsoft / Xbox press con. And you guys, again, I'll post the links for Discord and all that stuff, so that if you guys do want to join me on the Discord server, either in the voice chat or the text chat, you are more than welcome to do so. And I will also, in just a few hours here, I'll be kicking off my live stream for State of Decay 2. And Liz, why are you not on my friends list? Why aren't we playing together? That's what I want to know. I know if Tigress was playing State of Decay 2, we'd be playing together. What is the deal? Hello? Anyway. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Had a ton of fun. And until next time, take care of yourselves out there. This is Draco Invictus saying this has been the greatest day in my life. See ya.